This is us, the Hot Mango Seed crew, back again.
Yes, sir.
And now you're tuned in for season 2. If you're not familiar with us, we are the Hot Mango Seed podcast, where we drill down to the sea. We pull back the layers on everything in relation to entrepreneurship, cryptocurrency, relationships, the marijuana industry, music, and so much more.
Everything in between.
Again, this is season 2. This is episode 1 of season 2. We are so excited to be back.
Man.
My name is LaRue, and I'm joined with the Hot Mango Seed crew. To my right, the VI Massive Soldier Bless.
You already know, VI Massive, stand large. Yes, sir. Soldier Bless, never stress. Back again for season 2.
Let's go. The super producer, Henny Skywalker.
What's going on, everybody?
We got the international botanist, Rob Rader, to my left.
Welcome back to the high level.
And the one and only King T.
Have no fear, the king is here again.
Man, so good to hear your voices. You know, it's been a while.
We back.
Literally since 2022, since we were, doing our thing. We're back in a new location, and
nice vacation.
Long vacation.
Season 2. So tell the people, what have y'all been up to, man? We talk on the regular, we're good friends. We talk on the regular, but what have you been up to this whole time? What's been going on? What's happened in between?
Let me tell you, hanging in even the word. Wet clothes.
You've been all over the place.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Soldier been around the world.
On my end, everything been blessed to enter the production world, especially for doing films and TV shows. It was just like I've been having a time and a half, And listen, shout out to all the people that put together these TV shows and entertainment that you just consume on a daily basis, where people literally just be putting their lives on the line.
Yeah.
Check what I'm saying? So, I've been blessed to be a part of that and to see how that function and dive into that world a little bit and being able to expand my palette a little bit.
Man,
and then, I get to just keep flying with it.
I have to tell them a story, right? So there was a time, Bless, I hit up Bless. I'm like, what you up to? He's like, oh, man, I'm doing a movie. I was like, yo, you're always doing this stuff. I said, man, can you get me a role? Right? I was like, man, can you get me a role? He goes, yeah, let me hit you back when I get to Publix. And I was like, all right, word. So he hit me back. He's like, so what kind of role you want? I was like, comedy. I could do all kind of stuff. He said, no, you want a Hawaiian role, or you want? I was like, no. I was like, no.
Don't worry. Hey, let me tell you. High Chronicles.
Nah, this man definitely been up. This man definitely been up to a lot.
For real, man. Just scheming and doing it, you know what I mean? Just staying intercontinental with it and just keep up flying.
Oscar nominated.
Hey, so almost. We was almost Oscar nominated, and we got really close. And shout out to the whole Take Me Home crew.
Yes.
Shout out Liz Sargent. Shout out to my guy out there. You know what I'm saying, doing his thing, doing their thing out there, and could actually come together as a family and do it like how we do it. You know what I'm saying? So Take Me Home, literally. Almost take it home, but next year is a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? So,
there we go.
What about you, Henny? What you been up to? I know you've been cooking up some new production.
Just cooking up music for the most part.
Henny on the beats.
Spending a lot of this time working on syncing and stuff like that, and just taking it in with the family. I haven't really had a lot of time with family, but I do right now. So
that's what's up. And if you're not familiar with Henny Skywalker, she is a super producer. She's the production that you're hearing behind the scenes in season 1 of the Hot Mango Seed podcast, as well as right now. So if you're not familiar, she has projects out, and she's just an amazing human being. So, and hilarious at that. So we can't wait for you to get to know her.
Sometimes.
One of a kind.
She right about that. Just sometimes. Don't give her too much.
One of a kind.
Hey, King T, what you been up to?
Man, I've been, doing the teaching thing at Full Sail, but I don't know if I had it happened before we ended the last season, but I got remarried. Me and the kid's mom, we got back together, and
Congratulations. We knew that, but
y'all knew that.
For you to put it out here,
but I like how y'all acted like you didn't.
I didn't know.
That's a big step for you to tell people. I mean, not that you're hiding. Damn, I'm just going deeper and deeper.
But on top of that, I've been focusing on the financial side of life. So I've been taking myself to school on cryptocurrencies and learning deeper about how how is this big transfer of wealth from those that are wealthy and not helping to the lower, income people? How can we be a part of that? So that's become like my primary mission, because we do a lot of stuff, and we want to do the stuff without limitations, so we have to find a way to get us financially free and get our people financially free. So that's my focus right now.
We definitely can't wait. There's been a lot of movement since the last time we recorded, so definitely can't wait to jump into crypto, get your knowledge on the market and all the good stuff, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
Glad to see you're doing well. Rob Rader, what you been up to?
Oh yeah, moved from working at a bar, now I'm at a breakfast spot.
Damn, you got hella personal.
Moving.
You said now you serving. You doing what now?
So breakfast spot. So
Okay.
we did, brunch in the morning,
Okay.
something like
I
that.
love
So yeah, I'm
brunch.
doing brunch super early in the morning. Way better.
Yeah.
Way better. So
Hey, if y'all
that's
don't know,
what-
Rob could cook. Rob not only could cook regular foods, he can cook marijuana infused foods.
and also working on new variations of techniques.
Ooh.
For the extraction techniques, to try to do like hybrids, mix it with the butter and oils, see what I can mix with that, and the sugars, and also the tinctures and everything like
This
that.
dude is a genius, B. Rob will make you think he's an ordinary dude. This dude is not ordinary at all. He is
That's
extraordinary.
why they call him a
He is
botanist.
extraordinary.
And I'm trying to do
Botanist for
hash now,
real,
because a
man.
lot of people around the area just been like asking for hash.
Sheesh.
Some hashish. Yeah, so right now
Some
I'm
hashish,
trying
mate.
to understand how to do that. Yeah, that's the whole process
There
in
we
itself.
go.
Whoa.
And then outside of that, getting back to growing.
Good. Hey,
Yeah.
growth is
Getting
always
back to
good.
growing.
Well, man, it's definitely
Rue,
great
what you
to-
been up to though? Don't try to play. You try to sneak by. What you been up
Hey,
to, bro?
man, you
What's
know,
going on, Rue?
I've been working on skating.
You've been
I'm a
super busy this
skater.
year. Super
I get on
busy.
4 wheels and I practice every Tuesday. I'm trying to be in the roller derby.
Hey, there you.
Jeez, I was thinking this man talking.
Absolutely not.
Oh heck nah. No, man. It seemed like you in a different city doing shows
Every time
You
we
and the
here.
Universal Funk Orchestra, man. Tell the world about it.
Traveling.
Honestly, man, God is good. You know what I mean? God is
Great.
good. God
the
is
time.
great all the time. Part of a band, the Universal Funk Orchestra. We actually had a show last night for the Hurricane Festival, which was amazing. We've been doing shows all throughout the Southeast, on the personal side, bought a house, just really staying above water. I know the climate that we're in right now is just so so inconsistent, and I just been blessed to, be afloat and still get to be with my people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And speaking of the climate and all of these things going on, there's just so many headlines happening nowadays, right? And so much that we've missed since the last time we recorded. World wars, cannabis industry news, which we'll jump into today. Gaming news. I heard last week Xbox closing the door on some old partnerships, right? Starting.
There's a back end to that though. We could get deep on that, but we'll save that until that's that time.
Yeah. So and that's one area that we love to dive into is the gaming too. But them starting their new chapter with Activision, AI.
You know some stuff.
Yeah. He taking it there. He taking it there.
Patting, you know it.
He taking it there, yo.
No, but AI. So AI, artificial intelligence, right? Since the last time, since the last time we was on, that's really went pretty far.
That's my boy.
Man, it's still
ChatGPT,
we in a whole new world now.
telling you.
Since the pandemic, the world changed, and since we was
ChatGPT is my boy now, the man. I telling you, I had to be telling that thing some personal thing.
said Chat
I need to be
GTP.
spitting back out some real thing back to me. I feel like, hey, that's the only thing telling me real truth now, man.
Wait, what's the last thing you asked it?
Huh?
What's the last thing you asked AI?
What's the meaning of life?
I believe it too. I believe it too.
Dog, it's literally, life is literally an interpretation of how you experience things. So it says that's it. So you
Yeah, it's
is
getting
those-
deep.
No,
Getting deep.
I trying to tell you though, the AI don't play,
Yeah.
Still have everything.
Yeah.
I telling you what, like when you hear it now, AI go run things soon.
It is.
AI
Hey,
go
what's
run things soon.
And what's cool is it's like it's really advancing in all these different industries, right? Like the music industry, television,
The service industry.
the tech industry, right?
Yeah, man.
And then Bitcoin, like T was, cars. Like, so we're gonna definitely touch on that in the next couple of episodes. But you
for
know,
sure.
T was kind of scraping the surface on crypto, like Bitcoin,
Man, yo.
and crypto. Like last week had a winning day.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Like all of the crypto, all of the stock market just had
Really
a great
big wins.
day.
But I mean, even deeper on that, you know, is the Bitcoin spot ETF being approved.
See,
so
I didn't even know all that.
that's something that got that's something you know brought it up. That's something that, you know, but literally it's the first time that we're allowed to have big financial institutions getting involved in cryptocurrency. So all the growth it's had before has been the people. It's been just the average person. So now you got mega giants that are investing in these Bitcoin spot ETFs like BlackRock and, you know, some of these banks like Fidelity. A lot of these huge institutions getting in it. So
Well, we definitely
Yeah.
gonna jump in. I know I gotta
yeah,
stop.
you know, I get excited.
T will have us so far down,
Yeah.
teaching us so
The
much.
crypto rabbit hole, my son. This man go
I'm
take
that
you down
guy,
there
I'm
like
that
he's
guy.
Alice in Wonderland.
Always good information. So then, cryptic.
With crypto.
So also
He's going
election. Also, it's an election year, 2024. What's interesting is the last time we were doing our podcast, season 1 was around 2021. So the election that just passed, you know, we had just got Biden, right? We had just got Biden in office, and we were talking about the coup and then the change, like the Capitol, you know,
Yeah,
storming
Capitol
the
riot,
Capitol
yeah,
so
yeah.
much.
Also,
Right.
they was on the ballot last time. The marijuana.
Marijuana was on.
Marijuana,
Hey,
yeah.
Marijuana was on the ballot again.
and that's what we're going to talk about today. But then the diddler, right?
The diddler.
The diddler.
The diddler.
The diddler.
The
Oh,
low,
man.
good, low down,
That
dirty
dude.
diddler.
Boy.
I'm
Listen,
so mad
I-
about
I
You
tell
him.
see the
Me like
apology
that
video
man.
he released today?
I did see it.
Yeah, I saw that
like
apology
that man.
video.
Dark
Let me
time.
tell you something.
dark times.
Let me tell you something.
Me
You
like
can-
that man.
This man is a narcissist. I'm going to go on record to say it. He's a narcissist. You can see if you watch his apology video, right? And I'm bold. I'm jumping out here by myself. But you see his apology video, everything is,
Soulless.
I'm sorry.
He didn't
The
mention
way
her
I
name.
felt. He didn't mention
He didn't
it
even mention her
once.
name.
Because that's what he's not remorseful.
That's
He's
an
Yeah.
empty
saying
apology.
Man, that
Empty.
made no sense.
He's saying everything that he thinks that people want to hear,
of
right?
course.
I'm so sorry. I'm
50
a
put it out
terrible
before he
person.
even said it.
Yeah.
50 is like, yeah, his lawyer's going to give him something to say, and then
Dude,
this is Diddy.
this man eyes, you could just
Yeah.
tell by this man IB. This
He's
man
still a
is
demon.
so less talking to
Yeah.
that screen, talking about he's sorry, like
man.
he don't mean nothing.
Nah.
You want to know what he be? He's a demon.
Demon.
That's it. He's a
the D.
demon.
The
That's
I.
what it
Really
is.
is.
Them
The
people
D,
and that
the
do
Y.
that, and how the way how he hands her up, the way how he, while she was on the ground, kicking this lady.
Man.
Like a silver.
Yeah, and he did it like he did it plenty of times
Yeah,
before. That
like it's
wasn't the
traditional.
first time grab.
Very weak.
That was
man.
that was something that's happened plenty of times
Yeah.
before that video.
It just makes you think like everything that you heard
Sad.
in those
Yeah.
lawsuits gotta be true.
Yeah,
Like,
be. So
like
at
the
least
way.
some of it, 80% at least.
Meek
Yeah.
Mill? All of it's true.
I'm not even going down.
All
that
of
road.
it.
They got
All
me
of
go
it.
up to sit.
All of
Hey,
it.
don't do that to me. Hey, don't do that to Meek Mill.
So another thing that kind of recently that happened. I mean that it's dying down a little bit now, but
Yeah.
the whole feud between Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
It needed to.
Wee.
They
Yo.
not
Hey.
like us. They
Boy.
not like us. Come
They
on.
not like us.
Right.
Come
Boy,
hey,
lost
hey.
all kind of money, promotions, everything.
So right now, I'm assuming that everybody's caught up by now. I got to listen to all the diss records that came from Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and I'm just wondering what you guys thought of the whole ordeal. Right, like after front to start, start to finish, what's your thought on it? Who won?
Beautiful murder.
They not like
I
us.
mean,
Just real quick, I haven't stopped wearing Chuck since this man dropped Not Like Us. B. I've been wearing
Hey,
Chuck Taylor's.
Shout out to West Coast.
Shout out to the West
yeah,
Coast. and all
I
of
haven't
them
found
though.
myself singing a song on repeat, even when it's not playing in a long time. But that they not like us.
Yeah.
I be in the car talking that like
It's
be in the
everywhere.
car singing it to myself,
They not
man.
like
That,
us.
hey, that's
Everywhere.
Like us.
yeah.
Hey, and you know what's funny is like it's a super funny story. So over that weekend, right? I'm sure you're just like us. All of us are in our text groups, in our chat groups, and we're just talking about this.
Drake's winning.
Like,
winning.
like, yo, what is happening right now, right? Like, I'll never forget, like, it was Sunday night. We were watching the game. It's me, Bless, and Rob. We're watching the game. And, I mean, this is at a time to where diss tracks are coming out so randomly, right? This isn't normal. And Bless looks down at his phone and goes,
I'm like, we
I
need a
think
bop.
he just dropped another one.
I'm like, we need a bop. But the whole time, though,
He said back to
the
back.
whole
We're
time
gonna get back
we're
to that.
discussing how, like, he needs a bop the whole time
Yep.
before this
Yeah.
even drops.
Literally right
he
before
dropped
up
a
to
killer
the
bop.
point,
And
up
then
to the
he
time.
drops a megaton.
Drop
like,
a bop right when we
he-
say this man need a
Hey,
Cleared
so
out
so
the
is
country.
it safe to say
the world.
that the Mangos all agree Kendrick won that battle?
Absolutely.
Easily.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I, I
It's
was
easy,
with him
safe to
since the
say.
Kendrick
beginning.
bust that man
All
down.
right, I
This
just
wasn't
wanted to
fair.
make it official.
So
So
if-
definitely want to make it official.
So if you ask me, Kendrick clearly won when he dropped Meet the Grams.
Woo.
So
Yeah.
like
That was nasty.
a quick story for me, how that all happened, right? I was out with some friends at a bar. I'm in a text group, you know, at this time, Family Matters hadn't dropped yet. It was that night. And we were waiting on, Kendrick had dropped Euphoria earlier that day earlier that
No,
day.
that 316.
in LA.
And then the 316. So he had dropped 316 that day. And so
And it's
I was
616 or
literally
616
616. 616. Yeah.
Excuse me. He had dropped 616 that day. And I went out with friends. And so my phone is just blowing up the whole time, but I'm like in 3 conversations, so I don't get a look. I'm driving home, right? And then I start looking through the text group, and they're like, Drake dropped. Oh, okay, boom. I go look. Scroll down a little more. Kendrick dropped. I'm like, what? What? I didn't even finish Drake's Family Matters. And I turned on Meet the Grams, and I was so creeped out. It was dark,
Yeah.
and I was
That up
driving home,
quick.
and I was going like,
Shout out to Alchemist, man.
Man.
That was dark, man.
Yeah, that's some
Yeah.
sinister thing. K.
Listen,
Dot wasn't playing with that
Shout
man.
out to
them, son.
Alchemist. Shout out to Mustard.
Yeah.
Who
DJ
else?
Mustard
Who else
on the
did some
beat.
tracks
I
for him?
guarantee that's gonna be in somebody's TV show for like their beginning.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Easy.
I seen that stuff being played by politicians.
American
I seen it being played on some of the
American Horror
news
Story
channels.
FX.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
gonna be crazy.
in my opinion, I think that Meet the Grams is one of those top diss tracks. What do you guys see this battle? Like, when you think of Vaseline, you think of Hit 'em Up, you think of
I can't
Ether, you
compare
think of
none of that
Takeover.
stuff.
It's
No.
up there. It's just one of the top.
It's in the top, but all of I would say mostly all diss records are in the top because that's what it is at that time. So
Right.
Yeah.
it's gonna be in the top. But for me, I don't compare a diss the way somebody dissed someone else to the way these guys dissed each other because this was different.
Yeah, this is way different.
Yeah, this was different.
Yeah.
Never seen
Yeah, yeah.
anything like that.
They went
Yeah.
personal. They
Like,
went too
this
personal.
dude
on it.
literally had 5 songs waiting for him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like just waiting,
Yo,
just
Kendrick-
like in the pocket. Like,
But when
all
he
right, come
dropped,
on.
they not like us.
Uh-huh.
What it showed me is Kendrick can do that whenever he wants.
Whenever
Yeah,
he
yeah,
wants,
yeah,
that's-
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a
It was so
monster.
effortless.
He's
Yeah,
a
he
genius,
do it, yeah,
yo.
he do it.
He's a
That's
a
lyrical
monster. You can't
genius.
deal with a
Hey,
person like that.
Yeah.
Could we say the real genius is J. Cole?
Not.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Shout out to
Just
J.
shout out
Cole,
to J.
man.
Cole.
I
Big
would
up
like to
to J.
retract my statement.
J. Cole did
He's not a
that.
pussy. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
J. Cole. Like, you're not.
Yeah,
You're
deserves a
very
Nobel
smart.
Out of the way.
Very.
Hey,
he deserves
hey,
smart.
Hey, big-
Colonel Mustard kind of vibe.
Big,
J.
big
Cole
ups to J.
deserves-
Cole, man.
he
'cause
deserves all the respect.
I'm a man of peace, but I was thinking to myself, if somebody came at me like that, I'd have to
I'll be
come
butthurt.
back
Yo,
at it.
that's crazy.
But that was a smart move for him. Like,
he see the
like
he see the bomb
that was
coming.
very wise.
He see the fat man coming. You know what the fat
He saw
man
the
is?
boogeyman coming.
No,
No.
Nagasaki.
Yeah.
Right? Over is the atomic bomb over Nagasaki.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
called the fat man.
Yeah.
So, he saw the
Yeah, that
thing
nuke.
coming.
He
saw
with
it coming,
He
yeah.
saw
That
the nuke
nuke.
coming and was like, no way,
Saw that
me.
nuke.
So yo, there's another aspect of this that really stood out to me though, right? It was like the influence of social media
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
this, right? Because these records weren't doing the traditional rollout of songs, with days in between, with weeks in between. There was no time for the major networks to first analyze the music, right, and then share their opinion to the public. The presence of TikTok, Twitter or X,
all over the
Facebook,
place.
YouTube. These were the
Yeah.
ones that were announcing the release of these new songs, right?
Right.
And we discussed this amongst ourselves
Yeah.
in text groups, in
Yep.
those chats, right? And we were breaking down the lyrics and debating on what our take was. And so
Right.
it was, in my opinion, a dramatic shift in how we actually digest music now.
Yeah.
Because it was so rapid, right?
Yeah.
It was like boom, like we're just saying, like
It was overwhelming.
But well, not just
disses
that.
in a day.
Yeah.
I
It was a
think
lot.
I think
Yeah.
that
was a
battle
lot.
has what it's done for especially hip hop is brought back the art of lyricism. It's always been there.
Hopefully.
Well, it's
Hopefully.
always been there,
Uh-huh.
but it hasn't been in the spotlight. It's been a bunch
Yeah.
of mumble in the spotlight, right? And
Yeah.
so with this battle, even those that like mumble rap were analyzing what Kendrick
were
and
saying.
Drake were saying.
True.
Triple.
They
wasn't
now gonna start.
understanding shit,
Quant-
though.
They might not understood everything, but what it's going to do now, some of those same people, not all of them, but some of them are now going to start looking at what are they saying.
Shout out to
you know what I
Future
mean?
too for causing this.
You said,
Yeah.
Oh, boy, yo,
shout
yeah,
out to
Future
Future
calls
on the
it.
slick.
Yes, he did.
Future's on
Because
the
if
slick.
he didn't drop like that, we wouldn't have got that
Okay.
amazing
Not at all.
weekend in hip
Real
hop
talk.
that we
Not at all.
got. Like we
Although-
real
got
talk. Shout
On a
out,
great
to,
2
beat,
weeks
too.
of like
On a great
amazing
beat.
hip
shout
hop.
out to Future.
Although
right.
that was
Yeah.
brewing for a long time, but
It
I think
was.
For a
I think
long
you have a
time.
great point though, T. Is that
Yeah.
like songs like Euphoria, right? Euphoria wasn't
Whoa.
something like it was not like when you listen to Not Like Us and then you listen to Euphoria. It's two different
Euphoria was a warning.
flavors.
Man.
It was a
That was
different.
like-
it's a
it was like a
different
double
flavor of
entendre.
hip hop,
Yeah.
right? That you don't just listen to and then say, okay, that was dope. No, it makes you want to go down this rabbit hole. What does this mean?
Yes.
What did
Even
he
little
mean by
breadcrumbs,
this?
Yeah.
little trail for
Yeah.
you to follow.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the excitement that it brings to hip hop, and then also a bop like They Not Like Us.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
That was a mudslide.
it was great.
That was literally.
That bop was
Couldn't do
like he's already down. Let me stump on his
Yeah,
head. That's what that bop was.
Guys,
Yeah.
not this man where the down be.
I think also what was interesting was the anticipation that people had for these live streamers. Like I never seen people so like, what is academics gonna say? What is Kai
Yeah.
Cynic gonna
Yeah,
say?
yeah.
Right, and then
Looking
all
for a
these
lot of reactions.
different YouTube live streamers.
And
there.
Kendrick let the people doing that get paid.
Bam.
From his.
Oh man, that was
Man.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
That
beautiful.
was a
He
beautiful
took
thing
all
he
that
did.
copyright infringement
Just
off,
let him.
Yeah.
and all the live
And-
streamers,
and-
everybody
And
talking
streamers
about it.
talking about they had life
Making
changing.
But that
money.
was
Yeah.
smart in
Yeah.
a way
Of
because
one
they also
situation.
allow more people to share it. So
Exactly.
more people
Yeah.
to hear it and it would echo it out more. So that way, listen, they've been playing that in clubs. They've been
Yeah,
playing
Yeah,
it listen,
everywhere, yeah.
everywhere. Down to this
Everywhere.
little kids saying
We're gonna
it, they don't
play it
even know what
sometime
they're
on this
saying.
show. Not-
Yeah, you think about it. I mean, even like I
Somebody's
think
kid being born to that.
it was like 2 days later. I heard the NBA playing it during the NBA. Play.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I've seen some people sharing that they heard it at an LA Dodgers game, and that's because
Hear that?
we
Don't
It's
sound
Halloween,
right out
folks.
there.
Not Halloween, but 4th of
Well-
July coming up soon.
Yeah.
ooh,
That one, that
Sound
gotta be fire, man.
that sound like gunshots.
Sound like
That's fireworks.
Yeah, I mean it sounds like it's coming over there though.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna keep
It echoes
rolling.
from that way.
Yes, sir.
There's a good chance we heard gunshots.
Yeah, but
hey,
we
make
don't
sure
know
that
for
you tune in to the Hot Mango
Please
Seed
support us.
podcast.
Please, every dollar.
Yeah, hey, no,
help
on
us.
the real though, make sure that you follow us on all of the social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're gonna start to really push out this season 2 of the Hot Mango Seed podcast. And like we always do, we're gonna drill down to the seed, and we're gonna try to give you that information that's valuable to pushing you to be entrepreneurs, to be professionals, and to see things in a different light. So today, our main topic of discussion is going to be on the legalization of marijuana, especially here in Florida, right? And the progress that's been made
It's coming.
around the country as of today. So for those of you that live outside of the sunny sunshine state of Florida, this may be surprising news for you to hear, but medical marijuana is legal in the state of Florida as of today, but not recreational, right? So what is the difference between medical marijuana and recreational? Well, in order to purchase marijuana products under medical marijuana legalities, you actually need a medical marijuana card or doctor approval, right?
Go get your card.
Yeah, and of course, you know, there's always ways to get around this as a consumer, but it will cost you, like if you live in Florida, it'll cost you like $300 to get a marijuana card. And it also requires you to jump through all these hoops and paying fees. So on the other hand, for recreational marijuana, it allows consumers to buy marijuana products without any registration, doctor's approval, or to pay a fee. You know, you just have to be of age. So if you've had a chance to listen to some of our older episodes where we discussed the legalization of marijuana in Florida, this was back in 2021, we mentioned that this amendment was supposed to be on the 2020 Florida election ballot, but then it was removed altogether due to Congress rejecting the language. Remember, they rejected the language, saying that it didn't go into enough detail of pretty much of what it was going to be, as far as if somebody votes yes, you know, what is
Right.
The information wasn't enough. So Congress removed it from the ballot. And back then we told you that in 2024 it was going to be that in 2024 in the next election that they were going to clear it up and get it on the ballot. So now we're in 2024, and during this year we'll be voting on Amendment 3.
Yes.
Yeah, Amendment 3
Amendment
here
3.
in Florida.
Amendment 3.
Let's
So,
go.
and this amendment states, and this is coming directly from Smart and Safe Florida, that this allows adults 21 years or older to possess, purchase, or use marijuana products and marijuana accessories for non-medical personal consumption by smoking, ingesting, or otherwise. And so voting yes on Amendment 3 supports legalizing adult use of marijuana, permits possession of up to 3 ounces of flour and up to 5 grams of concentrate, and it also mandates lab testing for safe usage, puts regulation in place for children, plus offers funding for law enforcement in schools. So y'all still with me?
Yes, we
no,
all
preach
with
it,
you.
bro.
So for this amendment to pass, it has to receive supermajority support, meaning that at least 60% of votes have to be a yes on the ballot. So that's kind of, you know,
It's gonna happen.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
we're right
happen.
there.
Yeah.
And this is where we come in, right? This is where we come in. We've been for so long, y'all that don't know us, you know, we're not only this podcast, but we are a collection of artists, you know, record label under the umbrella of Conscious Mind Records. And since the very
CMR.
beginning, we've been pushing for the legalization of marijuana because it just, come on, like,
The healing of the nation be. Let
Yeah,
them
that's
know.
always been one of our.
the nation.
Yeah.
For real. And, you know, this ballot is important, and is even a more important reason to go out and vote. You know what I mean? And we
yes.
need everybody out there, everybody that they in the hood, everybody that they're chilling out and relaxing and reaping the benefits from it. We need to come together as a conglomerate now and actually put this thing through.
And on that note, you know, I just want to say this. I know in a lot of minority communities like ours, it's spread that our vote doesn't matter. And I know a lot of people that don't vote because they believe that their vote isn't going to make a difference.
Right.
But if you really look at how small of some of the margins that are won is literally sometimes less than 1,000 people
Correct. Yeah.
are the reason why somebody wins. That could have been your vote, could have been it, right? So for those that don't care about all the other problems going on in the world, but marijuana is theirs, this is your chance to be heard. Right. This is your opportunity in Florida to be heard. So right. So yeah, I get, you know, I'm emotional about
about voting.
About voting.
It's gonna get done. It's most definitely gonna get done.
So
That's
now
for sure.
now that the language has been corrected and it sounds like Congress approved it, do y'all think that we'll get 60% of votes, 60% of yeses on the ballot?
Beyond that, they might try to cut it close just to make it feel like it's so close.
Yes,
but it's going to happen.
It'll get 60. I mean, we've already seen when they voted for it recreationally.
Yeah.
We already had that 60 because that was the only way we can get it recreational.
Well, it's not recreational. You mean medical?
Not recreational, medical. Yeah, when we got it medical, right? So if we already got it for medical, and I've talked to people who they don't even smoke,
right?
But they see that we should have the right to.
At least,
You know what I mean?
Like, at least
So
have
I think
those
it will be, especially in Florida. Come on,
So I also
Sunshine
read,
State.
Sunshine State.
so I also read that even if the amendment passes, right, there's opposition groups to marijuana legalization expansion that are expected to file lawsuits that could take months or years to resolve. So in other words, as quick as this can get approved on this ballot, it's still not going to be like tomorrow. Yay, it's legal. We can open up recreational. It's still they're gonna have to overcome these additional lawsuits.
There's always the red tape, you know what I mean, behind it.
And another big person that's fighting against it becoming legalized is our wonderful Florida governor, Ron DeSanctimonious.
Because
let me tell you, he said it's gonna make the streets smell bad. Like that's his fight.
That's such a weak excuse. He's just only doing this just to get the next supporters whenever he has to run. Yeah. So like, at least I tried.
Well, the way he's messing up is he believes that the entire GOP is against marijuana. Yeah. Right. Well, a lot of the MAGAs are uneducated and they love to smoke marijuana, right? So this, for those that don't even care, some of them are going to go out and vote against him strictly because of when they find out that they can once, have the opportunity to smoke legally, they're going to turn against him. Not all, but there's going to be a lot of the younger generation. The old schools, they still all, keep it illegal kind of thing. But the younger generation,
they smoke though. The old school.
Old schools be blazing.
They all do. They all burn. Yeah, they all burn.
That's exactly why they
Who
go
you think we learned it
for
from? That's where all the
Shout
material
out to
come
the blazing Republicans, because I know y'all out there. I've seen y'all.
Blazing
The
Republicans.
blazing
And
Republicans.
Democrats.
Shout out to the blazing
The
Republicans.
blazing government in general.
Just to put it in perspective, so currently recreational marijuana is legal in Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Ohio, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, Virginia, Washington State, and Washington, D.C.
Making money right now.
Those are recreational.
Ever since they turned recreational, every single one is making.
Yeah, it's a big industry.
It's amazing. And here's some marijuana industry stats. I'm a stats guy. I love data. So there are currently 440,445 full-time equivalent jobs supported by legal cannabis. The U.S. cannabis industry is expected to reach close to $40 billion by the end of 2024.
This amounts, yeah.
Cannabis will add $115.2 billion to the economy in 2024. Support for legal marijuana has hit a record high of 70%. 7 out of 10 people want to legalize marijuana.
Easy.
You were about 60%. Like,
yeah,
come on, man. Like, this is easy.
It's easy.
So
It's
a done deal.
One can be.
Another cool aspect, right? There's a rise of women and minority execs like never before in the cannabis industry.
Oh, that's perfect. No, because they had just the perfect face, perfect match, perfect. Just everything works better with a woman.
It's
selling the plant.
But I'm saying, like, not just women, but minorities. It's not a industry that's dominated by white males, right?
Yeah.
It's an industry that's being opened up to all ethnicities, right? Not to mention young adults.
Hopefully it'll stay that way. That's the thing. It'll start out like this, but eventually it'll start to,
it's gonna change.
Eventually, becomes what they call a whitewash. Eventually, but this is further down the line. Hopefully, it don't turn to that. I'm just saying, hopefully, it stay like this because diversity is what makes it better. Everybody should be able to be CEOs and top execs.
When it does become legal here, whatever, everyone to grow on their own.
Oh yeah,
learn how to grow.
I'm gonna grow on my own anyway. I've been growing on my own a long time.
Hopefully, this opens the gate to
my whole
growing
backyard going to be a friggin' crop.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
so cannabis also earns higher tax revenue than alcohol.
Of course,
comes in so much faster than alcohol, probably.
Easy because it's just because the magnitude is illegal. You see what I'm saying? Just like how when it was prohibition and they had everybody in speakeasies, in little dungeons and dens just because it wasn't legal. So it forced more people on the ground. And because something is not legal, it has more of an appeal. So be like, hey, you see, we're going to drink this and drink that. So it bring in more appeal. You see what I mean? So now more people getting into it and now they getting legal. Those same people is transferring into real deal customers. And the thing is, that's where the surge going to come in because as they make them more legal, more and more going to open up, more people coming out, and they're going to be purchasing from these dispensaries. Like, I never went in a dead dispensary.
I'd rather smoke than drink
yeah.
anyway.
I telling you, I always have people line up
I've
on
never
the
been
way,
in
the
a-
different kinds.
You know what else is working in the favor of it though is that the White House, Biden and Kamala Harris, just told not even Kamala, however everybody says it,
I
right?
thought they were Kamala.
Yeah, you see, it's got so many different ways to say it, but they just announced like a couple days ago, recently, that they're appointing the Department of Justice to reschedule it from a class, a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3. So it's taking it out of the heroin box and putting it into the steroid box.
It's in the same box as heroin.
Yeah.
The hell wrong with
Schedule
y'all,
1,
man?
That's the
Yeah,
thing,
Schedule
dude.
1 is supposed to
I
be
never
they-
understand that.
Yeah, so they're trying to drop it
it's a
down to
sad
a
thing,
schedule.
you know.
Yeah, it's done on purpose.
They could compare it to that.
Nothing even it doesn't even come
They
close.
should though. Should.
Yeah.
But right now they're modifying the rules to when even if it does drop down to like a Schedule 3,
Yeah.
such things like THCA and other derivatives will be still illegal in certain facets, whatever how they come in. But right now they're working on coming up with some rules. But so by the time they drop it, there's going to be some things set in rules we won't like and not like at the same time.
Eventually they need to fully deschedule it.
Yeah, just
Fully
take it off of that.
deschedule
It's
it.
gonna
Take it off of
happen,
the
because I guarantee the office is tired of hearing all this.
Yeah, in
Like,
Canada, listen, if you call the police for something herb related, you in big trouble, you know.
Why?
Because the police say don't contact us for anything weed related. Because they done already. It's
They need to
open,
do
it's
that in
free.
Florida.
Dude, when
legal
I
there,
tell you,
isn't it?
dude, when I tell you it open and clear, that thing is like a runway that nobody that.
They said don't call me. if
They say
this-
don't call no police because they're not going to come. You're actually going to get in trouble.
Oh, they'll find
Just
me.
for
That's what I'm
calling.
saying,
That's
because
crazy.
It's
Calling
good.
for
It's
somebody
free.
who's
It's like
smoking. Yeah,
smoking.
for
It's like
reporting
calling somebody
somebody
to
with it.
smoking a
That's
cigarette.
dope.
Really?
Okay,
That's
You know what I'm
dope.
saying?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
imagine the police getting a car for everybody smoking a cigarette. Like, hey, they smoking a cigarette outside my thing. Blah, blah, blah,
You wasting
blah, blah,
resources.
blah. Exactly. That's how. And let me tell you, them Canada need all the police resources they could have because you could go for miles and miles and never see a Bab. Never see a Babylon for a mile.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
people just be like, we
They be in the
driving
cut,
from,
just chilling.
it would be state to state, right? We would be driving from state to state, and it would be like, they'll be like, no, do the speed limit. I was like, boss, we didn't see a police for days. It's been days. Why we driving up from, dude, we shout out to Nino Bless when we do our tour. You know what I'm talking about. We going from province to province, and we on the highway. You could do whatever you want. The highway is clean and clear. No
Wow.
Babylon in the
That's
car
crazy.
waiting for you because it's just space. Canada gets space, space for days. So it's just too much land and space for people to patrol.
Wait, tell me that story when you were at the hockey game and everybody turned around and looked at you.
Hey, listen. First off, shout out to my Canada family. You know what I mean? Because, Sault Ste. Marie, all my people out there, Justin, you know what I mean? Shout out to Armand because, listen, y'all really show me a lot of love out there. Take me to my first hockey game. And I was excited. I never been to a hockey game before.
In
Yeah,
Canada,
never.
what
I
part
never
of-
even been to one.
What part of Canada were you
Sault
in?
Ste. Marie.
Where's that?
That's like it's actually I think attached to like Michigan. Like so you from Sault Ste. Marie,
okay.
you could they have an access point to the US from Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh,
So that's where we was. We stopped on tour there and we performed there as well. But on our off day, because we had a day to just hang out for a little bit, they took me to a hockey game because they wanted me to experience the culture. They very prideful on the hockey and the teams and whatnot. And so I was like, I always want to experience people culture and how we feel and vibe. And so I went there, easy going, not even thinking anything of it, right? The guy I with, which is the manager of the tour, he was for the away team.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
he was
right.
rooting for the away team, and we in Sault Ste. Marie, and everybody from Sault Ste. Marie came to watch their players play.
Yeah.
So nobody from the away team is at this game, right? And they had the right one there. The right fan, they had it there because he was very vocal.
Oh,
So the hockey game going on, and when the name of the team is Guelph, Sault Ste. Marie was playing against Guelph. When Guelph score, the place quiet, and this one dude going, "Girl, come on, that's what I'm talking about. Guelph, that's what I'm talking about." And I just realized, like, as the man started to hype up, everybody looking back at this man like, oh, and it didn't snap to me until a mother with her child was in front, and he going in, and the little dude, he said loudly, "Mom, why is he rooting for Guelph?" Like, I don't understand. Why is he going for Guelph? And she was like, no, honey, like, he's from away. Right? And that's when it hit me. I was like, and I look,
This boy went to the
and
game
I'm
with
the
away.
only brother. I'm the only black man in the whole stadium with the away dude.
Oh, you was with the away dude?
That's the manager of the tour. So I did on the tour. I did under the spot with the dude away, making the most noise in the whole stadium. So every time they look back, and I sitting right next to this spot, and when they look back, everybody looking at me, eyeing me up.
Imagine you can't go
comedy,
nowhere.
yo.
You just gotta.
Dude,
You catch it.
like,
That's
who is
comedy.
ruined my experience? 'Cause I didn't expect the man to be so intense about it, but let me tell you, I think Guelph actually ended up winning.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Did y'all run out of there early?
No, they actually introduced me to the team. They had the hookups where I could go in the back and meet the team and
Got
get the
y'all
chance
ass
to
out of there.
check them out and see what's going on. But it was intense, man. I didn't enjoy it, except for that one little snafu, what we call it.
That's an amazing story.
Let's go! Come on, Guelph!
Shout out to Guelph. Shout out to Guelph.
Hey.
The one thing about
Shout out to Guelph.
The thing about this group is there's so many stories collectively. You
could
know
sit
what I
for
mean?
days on top of that shit.
Yeah.
Days on days. But we also have a segment that we want to do where we spotlight somebody who we see doing great things within the community, whether it's in Florida, around the world.
Yes.
But we want to take this time, towards we're kind of winding down here, but take a time to shout out somebody special this week. King T, you had somebody you wanted to?
Yes, I do. One of our Ozone sisters out there.
Ozone?
She goes way back, with the Conscious Mind Records family, and her name. She goes by the name of MyVerse. Real good friend of the family,
Peace,
of the
MyVerse.
CMR
Shout out to
family.
MyVerse,
Shout out to MyVerse. I was at home the other day, and I was watching something on regular TV, and I just started hearing MyVerse in Spanish,
That's crazy.
rapping. And I turn and look at the TV, and it's a Popeyes commercial with MyVerse on it.
Wow.
With her on the Popeyes commercial, rapping in Spanish, then she flipped it to English, and I was just like, wow. This is somebody that was doing poetry at one of our spoken word revolution shows.
Yes.
Not even that, but do you remember Goons in the building?
Goons in the building, yeah. Yes, I
Listen,
think, yeah, one of her video
We
shoots.
pull
Yeah.
up on one of her very first video shoots for My
Yeah,
Verse
I
in the
forgot.
city.
Yep.
And we still have that footage
We
on
still got the
Conscious Mind
footage,
Records
yeah.
YouTube channel. Go look at it. You'll see. We pull up on her, and she was shooting her very first project, her very first music video.
Nice.
And all of the supporters, anybody that knew her, was in that little alleyway,
In the
where you
alleyway,
can't
yeah.
go to now, because in downtown, it too freaking
Oh,
hazardous.
okay,
You remember
okay,
we
yeah.
was in that
The
parking lot.
alleyway,
I was there.
yeah.
Dude, it was love from the beginning with My Verse, you know what I mean? Shout out to her and everything that she doing. I see
Yeah.
she doing it big for real,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Represent for real.
Yeah, and not just the Popeyes, commercial.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
she's
battle.
been on what was that show, Wildin' Out?
Wildin'
Yeah,
Out.
Yeah,
Wildin'
she was
Out.
on Wildin' Out.
She just
you
had
know,
a battle recently
Yeah.
too.
She's been battling. Like, for
Yeah,
those
she's
that don't know,
battling. She
My
doing
Verse
everything,
is
B.
a beast in the battlefield. So, and
Absolutely.
she's been doing that for a long time. And so just giving a shout out to one of our Ozone sisters that was with us in the very beginning of
Seriously.
CMR days. She wasn't part of CMR, but she was always family with us. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
right
out to
on.
My Verse, B.
MyVerse, much respect and love to you. We see you doing so many things, and we also recognize that you're down to earth, that you still recognize the people who supported you from the beginning,
Yeah.
and will always support you. So much love to you, and we just want to take this time to, again, thank you for tuning in to the Hot Mango Seed podcast. This is season number 2. We're starting off with episode 1. If you never heard of us, we have season 1 that's out there in the abyss that you can check out. But one way that we always end the show is with the jewel of the day. And the jewel of the day today is there is undeniable evidence that marijuana is doing more good than bad. And up to this day, I've yet to hear a story about someone who spazzed out or shot up a place, or even committed an act of violence because of marijuana. Not sure if, sure, it is not for everyone. It has a distinct smell. It has a reputation of being a cause of laziness, of forgetfulness, airheaded like conversation. But did you know that 50% of Americans have tried marijuana? 1/3 of women smoke marijuana on a regular basis. Marijuana is a cure to anxiety, sleep deprivation, pain relief, epilepsy, cancer, MS, HIV, Crohn's disease, glaucoma, Alzheimer's disease, and so much more. Also today sits hundreds of thousands of inmates in jail cells and prisons under marijuana offenses. Now, that obviously doesn't justify everyone's cases, but just think about the ones that are sitting in jail over marijuana alone. When we say that we support the legalization of marijuana, we aren't just saying let us be out in the streets and let us get high and smoke. We're saying, no, it's time to remove the stigma of marijuana. We're saying no more do we want to spend our tax dollars supporting private prisons that are housing individuals arrested on marijuana possession charges. No more do we want to see young adults with a felony strike and setbacks in their lives because of marijuana. We want to see the medical advancements of marijuana in hope that not only may it possibly cure somebody that we love, but even one day cure us at our old age. So Floridians, especially Floridians, we have an opportunity to make a change, and it starts at the polls in November. If you're like us, you'll vote yes for Amendment 3.
Yes.
And continue to support the progression of what Soldier Bless calls the healing of the nation.
Yes, sir.
We are the Hot Mango Seed Podcast, and until next time, stay blessed.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Blessings again.
I am vengeance, and I am a mango seed.
Don't speak on the family, Crody.
It could get deeper on here, Crody.
Cheesing,
good
fam.
job, y'all.
You
Good
must be
job.
cheesing, fam.
Cheesing, fam.
You cheesing, fam.
Good job, guys.
Yes, sir.
That was awesome. That was minus the